impression of La Cantera?
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Perfect blend of like the Southwest architecture and motif, but all of the amenities of a luxury resort.
So we've got golf. Mm-hmm. We're contemplating having
an event
some type of pool event / party.
So that's going to be a great opportunity for sponsor partners and dealer members to get together and talk business.
Yep.
What better setting than right here?
What's going on, car guys and car gals? Welcome to the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Lennartz, the subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions.
Yeah, we
Car
are.
Guy Coffee Podcast. We might even light up a stogie or two.
This one right
here? You
here?
never know. But we are talking about business, bourbon, and cigars. Woo!
Number 5. Let's go, man. I'm telling you, man. Johnny 5 is alive. It's the one to be at. It's in San Antonio, Texas. Come on. It's the wintertime. It's time to get down there and have some fun. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just the fun that you have. It's the people that you're around while you're having fun. You can trust them. It's a family environment. So I'm so excited to talk about this. You guys just saw the preview video to it. Phenomenal. You see how Sandy and Scott are there. They're looking for the right location, trying to find the right activities. And it sounds like so much. I was just looking at Lou during that video going, I can't wait to go. Man, it's going to be so much fun, man.
Antonio. Yeah, I love San Antonio.
Beautiful, beautiful.
But we absolutely love all of the individuals that we had the opportunity to connect with the last time that we went to Business, Bourbon, and Cigars. And we want to make sure that you get involved. But right now we are live and we got to get these car guys, car gals, and all these business peeps up in here. So tag a car guy, tag a car gal,
and share. Come on, get it out there.
Everybody.
Let's go, man. Let's brew. We got some solutions for you. We got some ideas for you. We got a place that you can go at the beginning of springtime and just go enjoy a great environment. Like I said, with great people you can trust and grow with. And I'm going to tell you, it becomes a family. It becomes something more. This is the best event that you can go to this year, in my opinion, if you want to find information to help your dealership, help your business become next level, right? So let's talk about it. Let's introduce them. Let's get them on the screen. Let's talk about the masterminds of this event. Oh, I can't wait to talk about them. Let's get it going.
Well, let's go ahead and get these peeps up inside of here because they want to hear you. I know you all want to hear a little bit more from them, just these car guys inside of the screen. So let's go ahead and get Scott Joseph up on the screen. Welcome to the party, Scott Joseph.
Up,
yeah, what's going on?
That's right.
SJ,
man, SJ in the house.
We are excited for that. And then welcome in Sandy Cerami. Welcome to the party. And the
of course, the only Laurie Halter.
Goes. Welcome to the party, everybody.
Good morning. That video got me going. I'm so excited to get to La Cantera.
Oh man. Come on. I mean, it's an experience that a lot of people may never have had. I know I haven't. So I'm excited to go there. So the experience, the environment, but like I said, to me, it's the people. Man, I've went to one of the first events out there and got to meet a few people in one night. That one night helped me connect with so many people. I'm talking, I've had friends and I know they're friends for life from that. I mean, amazing folks, I'm just Tully was right across from me. And I had the best conversation with that guy. Love that guy so much. I can't wait to see him again, and so many others. And we can talk about that as we go, because they're going to be at this event too, but I'm pumped up about it.
Yeah. We had so many people. Tully was actually at one of our breakout sessions sitting right there at the table. And man, was he keeping me cracking up. Love that brother. Love him. He dropped the mic.
It's about the hours, my friends.
Oh man, it was so awesome.
The hours.
Let's get this moving. Let's get the captain of curating right here talking about what's cooking. Scott, what is it that is boiling right now that's so hot with Business, Bourbon, and Cigars this year?
Well, first off, thank you guys for having us on. We really appreciate the opportunity to speak about everything. Every time it gets a little bit better because we get good feedback from the sponsor partners and the dealer members. Laurie was a phenomenal addition last time. It might have been the first time we were actually on time. Yeah, I think it was the first time we were actually on time for everything.
That's probably a big part of it.
That's it, guy. And she kept people focused. And one of the things I think we continue to go from general topics, and we continue to just get much more specific with each event. But we're doing something very special with this one that I hope that we can talk about in a little bit, which is aligning with giving hope. Yeah.
That's a big part of it. And that's probably, to me, the whole driving force behind it, and what makes this even more beautiful than anything. There's education, there's learning, there's giving, but the giving is the thing that's going to be really the backbone of this event. And I love that. And, giving hope. Let's talk about giving hope for a little bit, because I think that's something that maybe some people have never heard of or need to hear more about. So let's introduce that to them real quick.
Sandy, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I just think it was probably the one element, Scott, that we talked about that was absent. Something that we had talked about early on, and finally found the right partnership with Troy Duhan, who's the founder of Premier Automotive Group. He's just a dynamic, incredibly generous, good-hearted human being, first and foremost. And so we had him as a guest, invited by one of our sponsor partners, Mr. Arnold Gassita of Petra Automotive Products.
Love Arnold.
Arnold's, he's real people. He's real
Another
people.
one of those people I met that night that's family to me now.
Yeah.
100%. It's funny you guys reference the history, right? For Fred and Lou, because when you guys showed up at that first event, man, and we were all at dinner, it was seamless. Like, you guys entered the table, and it was like seamless in terms of your entry. We had a lot of fun with that picture that was behind me, Lou, as you know. That is etched in my mind. Okay. But Arnold invited Troy to the last Business Bourbon and Cigars event in Louisville, and Troy took the time to share with the entire Business Bourbon and Cigars family all about giving hope. And we were in from the minute he opened up his mouth. We said, this is it. Scott and I knew, and to Scott's credit, he was able to put it together. And we're excited about what we're going to bring to the table in terms of charitable activity and giving hope, as they say, at Business Bourbon and Cigars 5.
I believe that the people that have the most hope have the most influence.
There you go.
And inside of that, as we get the chance to get together to actually invest, to be able to give, that makes the business, the bourbon, the burning of the cigars just even more beneficial, but even more rewarding, that we get the chance to be a part of something way bigger than us that we may not even get the chance to catch a picture of. We don't know how far our reach is going to be just by being able to be a part of something like that.
Lou, you raise a great point. It's global. Okay. And that's what I think the element that Troy brings to it. His reach is literally global at this point. I'm going to let Scott talk to, some of the really special stuff that we've got planned. But it's about building an orphanage, one orphanage a year that we want to commit to each and every year as a result of the efforts at Business Bourbon and Cigars with Troy and his team's help. They're incredible people. We've had a chance to have a couple of calls with them already. And I'll tell you, Benjamin Disraeli said it. He has a quote, and he said that, man could live 30 days without food, 7 days without water, but not a single second without hope. And I think it just rings true with the effort and what Troy is doing with his team at Giving Hope. And we're excited to be a part of it.
First off, I have to say the fact that Sandy could rattle off that quote without looking down at his notes was just nothing short of phenomenal.
I've been a recipient of hope, my friend. Believe me. And I've been hopeless in my life. So that one rings true with me. Mary has referred to me as hopeless, actually.
That is so powerful. That is so powerful. That right there is what I call brotherhood right there. And I absolutely love the digs. And that's wittiness and that's fun. But the humor between the two of you, I think that's something that's highlighted. We need to highlight about the event also, folks. It's literally like going and watching like Frank Sinatra and Dean up on stage talking, bantering between each other. It's phenomenal. It's fun. It's witty. It's classy. But it's good little jabs that are bourbon filled with cigars and just a good time, right? And it really is. I absolutely cannot help.
Better when the bourbon.
I leave every one of these events. My brain is exploding with information. My cheeks are hurting with laughter, right? My stomach is tightened from so much laughing. But it's a great place to be. It really is. But you guys are making it even more physical this year. I got to play golf with Scott this summer, which was phenomenal. Whooped my butt. But listen, it was a great course.
Fred,
thank you for the invite.
Let's be honest. All right, Scott has mastered the foot wedge. He is very selective, very selective with the scorecard. He only counts the shots that he likes. Okay, so let's be clear about that.
I score extremely low.
It says green fees already. by La Cantera. I think they're still repairing the course.
By the time we made the back nine, he was killing it. He was killing it on the back nine. He was on fire.
I do have a video. If anyone wants to reach out to me privately, I've got a video of Sandy playing. If anyone wants that.
Oh, that was a moment, my friend. That was
America's Funniest Home Videos. Mike.
By the way,
copy of that now.
Lou, Scott offered his foot wedge. He said, "Look, I perfected the foot wedge. Let me kick it out for you."
There you go. Listen.
Well, speaking of games and having fun on the field, we got some females that made it to this last one too.
Yes.
Laurie helped lead the way with that and making sure that there's more than just bourbon out there. We got some wine too.
That's right. That's right.
White wine, Chardonnay.
I'm still on my crusade to add white wine to the title. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. It's coming. But no, I'm so excited. I mean, Scott and Sandy are so wonderful. They actually reached out to me to help bring additional women to the show, and they know how important it is to have female voices. So I so appreciate these guys for really taking the charge and trying to get them there. And we have some phenomenal women coming this time. You know, it makes me think of April Simmons from Horn Island. Yes. She's so great. She went to the first one, loved it so much that she told me that if she could not have gotten the time off from her manager, she was going to personally pay her own way and vacation to go there. She didn't have to do that. Yep. The general managers were great and they're sending her, but that's how much this show meant to her and how much she enjoyed the camaraderie. And, you know, Letty Bozard is coming this time. Yep. I mean, phenomenal women. I'm talking to a couple other women behind the scenes who are trying like crazy to get there because word is out. I mean, everyone's super. Yeah. Once you go, as you guys know, once you go to this conference, you don't stop going to this conference. Like you find a way to get there every single time.
Yeah. You mark it in your calendar. You leave the event saying, when's the next one? Literally, that's what I did. I was like, when you guys play? And you guys were like, we kind of know already. You know, you guys had it in your head, but I was so excited. And like you said, it's been trickling out now, the news about the event. You guys have been dropping some great content about it. And I'm excited to share that content and talk about that content and let's let people know because this is a great event. But there's only so many seats, my friends, and they fill up very quickly. And they're looking for some people who are ready to grow and just ready to have a good time at the same time. But come out and just go to the website. We have that set up. Go check it out. Read about it. You know, ask questions. If you have any questions, you could always reach out to anybody. They're always happy to answer them. But what I could tell you is that you can't make a mistake, you know, just by going there, checking it out, looking at the website. And then if you show up, you're going to leave there so just filled. I mean, just so you're going to be, your cup will be overflowing so much that you'll be back at your stores pouring into other people's cups, excited about what's happening. And then you're going to want to invite your, you know, the next in command at your store to come with you. You're like, next time you're coming with me because you need this too. And that's how
Fred, you raise a great point. We've had that happen so often in the first 4 events where we had either the dealer or the GM show up and then invite vice versa, bring the fixed operations directors, their e-com directors. You know, so it's been contagious is the best way that I can put it. You know, people want to invite and share the time with high quality, talented people. The cool part about this venue, and to Scott and Trish Joseph's credit, they picked a great one. We have the ability to add some dealer and manager seats this time around. And that's why we've got some availability. We're sold out on the sponsor partner side, which is a blessing. We've got incredible sponsor partners like Dave Boyle, like Arnold Gassit that have literally been there from the giddy up with us. And we got, you know, VinQ, which I know you guys have a relationship with Danny and his team. We got Zach coming. Scott, you know, who else you want to shout out because they all deserve recognition. They're what helps make this thing happen and make it as exciting and fun as it is.
Well, we've also got sponsors, Claudio Gamden with Gamden Financial, JM&A coming, Shell Oil. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out. Traver.
We got to shout out to, my guy, Traver. We got to tell
JT. I feel bad for JT, by the way, because last night his Horned Frogs took a thumping.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, did they ever. It's like, did they even play? Did they like let everybody go? Like, hey, go ahead and take the week off, and then. Well,
Tim Cox from Carnell, another sponsor partner, a great guy. You know, one of those
from the beginning.
Is happy because his Georgia Bulldogs. That's got to be his adopted team, I would suspect. He and Patrick Abad, you know, celebrating.
One new sponsor that we've got this time around, which I'm very excited about because I think for one, I got a lot of respect for him and when he talks about what he teaches. But also, I think the timing of, and that's Jason Rice from Lot
Jason
Pop.
Rice, absolutely.
Great addition.
We're excited
Folks.
about them coming on as a sponsor.
And it's a great thing because he's got kind of a strategic alliance. They work together with VinQ a little bit, so I think that's a good synergy. But the reason we just finished writing the copy for the workbook that everybody will be using there, and when we go into uncertain times, people are always afraid to use the word recession. All right, so we intentionally put the word recession in there, probably no less than 50 to 100 times, because not talking about it doesn't change the fact that it might happen or it's going to happen. Right. I want preparation for it. So with me, the way I've always approached a recession is I don't try and not talk about it and wish it goes away. I just choose not to participate in them. So,
right.
All right.
We can acknowledge it. We just don't have to participate in it. Right.
Correct.
But accept it and then figure out a way to work around it and be the best that you can be during that time. And there is opportunities during these times, but people they just get so hung up in the negativity. They're not like, oh, that's why Business Bourbon Cigars 5 is a great place to be.
It's the best. It's the best opportunities.
Man,
recessions offer opportunities that never exist in normal or good times.
Amen.
Yeah.
And
everywhere
again,
you
going back to who will be there to help us put this event on. We talk about Tim Cox at Carnow, Drive Centric. I mean, we're talking about like great solutions that are in the marketplace.
Great addition, Lance. Great addition.
Brady Schmidt and his crew are going to be there along with Wes. There's opportunity. The one cool part about it, I think, Scott, that we never envisioned, but we've seen this come to fruition. And you can look that up in the dictionary, Scott. Fruition. It's Fruition. Fruition.
I'm still looking up motif.
I saw during the sizzle video, you saw guys where he had to stop me after I said amenities because he knew what the hell I was talking about. Wow. Okay. But when you talk about some of the relationships, strategic partnerships, and actual business deals that have gotten done behind the scenes with sponsor partners and dealers alike, it's incredible to see that level of interaction.
Yeah, I was gonna jump in. Sorry, Scott. I was just gonna jump in and say, everyone, when they talk to me, I always say it looks so fun, it looks so great. And believe me, it is, as we're all saying, it is fun. There's a sense of camaraderie. But really what I think people aren't expecting is the level, these are mastermind sessions. Right. So I think what they're not expecting is the amount of solutions they go home with and the amount of advice and really action plans they can use 100%. To get back to the stores.
Just at the dinner tables. I mean, the information that you get, because they're pouring back in. Hey, listen, let's touch back on that. I saw that you had some more questions. Let's talk about it. And people are like, I'm going to pour as much as I can because they know what happens with that. Relationships, trust, and then opportunity, right? And growth. And that's what happens there. And I love that. You're right. The education is top notch.
Yeah.
But then you guys bring such good, clean, I mean, I'm telling you, classy entertainment. It makes it just feel elevated, right? And like I said, at the dinner table, you want to talk about some knowledge. All kinds of it's happening.
Yeah,
there is. So much. In the time that we had in just speaking about the event with some of the attendees there, and we talked about Danny Zibzlowski and with VinQ, and he is a dealer too. For those of you that don't know that, he's also a dealer. Okay, correct, with incredible product for dealers, by dealers, and he was sitting there mouth dropped in awe, saying, man, this is the best event I've been to. I don't even know how to compare it to another. And it set a new bar for the way that an actual mastermind / conference / educational sessions should look like. Tell us a little bit more, because some of this happened maybe by accident. I know that we've had a couple conversations whoa, how did that happen? Right? We've got to put this together, but give us a little bit of historical data for those that are watching on the live or those that are watching on the replay of how did this all get started if they've never heard about it, never seen it before. How did we get this idea percolating to where it turned into the Business Bourbon and Cigars event?
I'll let Sandy run with that, and then I'm going to add to it when he's done. I've got something that you guys brought up earlier that I want to come back to.
I don't know. Scott's smile is making me nervous, Sandy, but you go ahead.
No jokes.
Oh, you read my mind, because I know he's waiting in the weeds, just waiting for me to just count.
I know he's waiting to pounce.
100%. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, because the emanation of Business Bourbon and Cigars is literally finding solutions and solving challenges, right? And so way back in the early days of the COVID lockdown, and the COVID's a 4-letter word in my vocabulary these days, just for the record. But, early on, Scott and I decided, like, hey, we got to start developing solutions, because people were looking at their businesses saying, what the hell are we going to do? A lot of the states, were literally shut down completely, and dealers were trying to figure out, how do we survive this? And then ultimately, how do we create some level of prosperity out of this? And so we started it with a Zoom call with a couple of bourbons and a couple of cigars. And Scott got unruly as usual and out of hand. I had to kind of calm him down. And but no, we literally took pages upon pages of notes in like 2.5 hours. The first time we did it, we had such a fruitful experience and some fun in the process that we said, let's do it again the following week. And then it led to like 14 straight weeks where we would host other folks that were in the B2B world on the automotive side, the allied industry, and dealers and managers, people that we just knew, because we wanted to pick their brains and find out what were they doing, what kind of ideas did they want to share in terms of how to cope with some of the challenges. And Scott, take it from there. It's just grown exponentially. We decided in October of 2020 to do a live event. We didn't know who was going to show up, and we had people like Adam Aarons and Matt Kellogg and Dave Boyle and gosh, man, Michael Poro. People just showed up because they were ready. They were ready to start attacking the business opportunities that were in front of us.
So you guys, Fred and Lou, you guys brought up early on just this feeling of family and the connections that happen, the relationships that build. There was nothing that Sandy and I sat down and said, if we do this and we do this, this is going to create this atmosphere, this energy transfer that we want. We had an idea that people would want to do it, I think, because of the Zoom calls that Sandy's talking about. And we felt like, wow, people are really liking this. I saw Jonathan Dawson pop up. He was one of the people on our fourth box stuff. He came up all prepared, ready to go live. Like we were shooting it out, and I said, he goes, we're not using this content. And I'll tell you what, some of the stuff we could use, some of the stuff obviously we could not because of the bourbon and the cigars, but and the conversations that come after. But we knew we were on to something with that, and we wanted to spread that and broaden the community. But however, I got to tell you, we had no idea that it would turn into what it's turned into.
But I think that's the organic nature, Scott. It's the people that make up the community that have really inspired us to keep pushing this thing forward and making it better. And it inspires the hell out of me, as I think it does you as well. We've talked about it so often.
This is a group of people that I've been in this industry now for 30 years. This is a group of people that literally in the last 2 to 3 years, I have established more close relationships, and they're all genuine. They're all from people in this room and from this event. And I mean, close friends. And I knew Troy Duhan from way back. My dad was actually in a 20 group with him. So I briefly knew him only through that. Had no real relationship with him at the time. He comes to the event this last time in Louisville. He gets up, as you guys know, we're at Louisville Thoroughbred Society doing our rare bourbon tasting and our cigars. And he starts telling a story about giving hope, and brought up a couple stories about my dad that I did not know. And it took everything I had to get, because I'm standing up there with him, and he's putting this on me. And my dad passed away in 2019. So, it took a lot for me to hold that together. But as he started talking about why he started this charity, and gosh, every dealer does a phenomenal job giving to their community. At least the ones I know. I feel like car dealers probably are the best when it comes to back giving to their local communities.
Agree.
What
100%.
Troy has done has
Unsung,
taken it to a
unheralded
level.
very often.
Correct. And I think what Troy has done has taken it to a level that most people would never even think is possible.
But
he's up there
isn't
telling
that,
his
isn't that in
stories.
true Troy Duhan fashion? Does nothing halfway. Everything is full tilt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And when he's telling his story up there, I mean, if you looked around, people were videoing this thing.
Yeah.
People were crying.
Yeah.
It was a very emotional, very moving thing. And I had the opportunity to go down to New Orleans. I want to say it was in October, or I was in November of this past year. And he had a big event to raise money for Giving Hope. And I got to tell you, what was amazing, and this comes full circle here. This is the point of this. I get down there, and Arnold invited me, Gasita from Petra. And I get there, and Arnold's there. Brady Schmidt, he's there. Frank Alvarez is there. Jorge Gomez is there. All of a sudden, all these people that I know through Business Bourbon and Cigar, it's like all of a sudden they come together with him and do what they can. Dean Powery's another one. All these people are coming there and helping their brother, and I told Troy after that, and we kind of all did a little brief mastermind right there in his little after party thing. And I said, we've got to find a way to do this, because Sandy and I and Laurie have been looking for an opportunity to bring something like this in. And what's beautiful about what Troy's doing is it is worldwide. We're doing something that's, every charity I've been involved with usually involves children. We will raise enough money at this event to build an orphanage in the Philippines.
No doubt.
That's happening. The silent auction will be going up here at the end of the month. It'll be open for about a month prior to the event and go carry through the event. We'll have about an hour at the end of the event to do the live auction. But we've got some cool things happening here. I mean, people are just coming to us in droves with auction items, trying to help out. Melissa Burns from JM&A.
Oh, man. I'm a goner. Are we going to say what she's bringing? Because I am so screwed.
Yeah, let it fly, man.
So, one of the live auction items that she's donating is a puppy, a British Bulldog puppy. Now she breeds these. Sell for $4,000 to $20,000 depending on gender and color. Yeah. And she's going to be donating one of those, and she's got a litter that's due in April, so about a month after the conference.
Oh my God, you guys, I am so screwed. I told Scott and Sandy, I said, I know I'm flying home with a puppy on my lap. Like, what?
You won't be flying home. You'll have to go back and get it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I tell you, those are beautiful dogs, and if you, and there's a reason why because if you have the right breeders and they do the right thing and they're great. They're phenomenal.
Yeah. Dude, we've got one with bourbon. You're going to have everybody bidding on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Bobby Burke already securing bourbon barrels and putting us at the front of the line, putting us, because of the charity, at the front of the line. But, God works in mysterious ways. We were on a steering committee call for the charity last Friday, and I was all excited going into this call. I had been out with Bobby, and Bob, just so everybody knows, Bobby Burke handles all of our he explains and educates everybody on the different bourbons we bring. This year, we're going to bring in some Elijah Craig 18. So it's he does a great job explaining all this stuff and educating us.
Oh, I can't wait.
I will say that we're talking about giving hope and what we're trying to achieve. And I tell him where it's at, and it's going to be in the Philippines. And he goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "Literally, my best friend from college lives there currently and was the campaign manager. He's like best friends with Manny Pacquiao."
Yep.
He goes, "I think I can get Manny involved in this charity."
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I get on the phone. We're on the steering committee. The meeting hasn't started yet, and Troy and I are on there. Sandy's on there. My wife, a few other people, and Troy goes, "Good news, everybody. Good news. I'm good friends with the priest of Manny Pacquiao." before we could even say our news. And I said, Troy, you got to be kidding me. I said, we are best friends. I said, we were coming to you with the same great news, but through a
Praise
different
God.
person.
No way.
That is divinity.
Wow.
Amen. There's no doubt about it.
Amen.
And so I don't want to jump ahead and promise Manny Pacquiao, but what we feel very confident he will be not at the event, not at the event. I want to be very clear about that.
Maybe at the event. You guys have so many people.
My wife's side of the family is
Scott,
all
why don't you
Filipino. They'd be
troll
like,
him?
"Oh my
We're gonna
God."
fill up a plane
Scott.
and get him down there.
Why don't you troll him on social media and taunt him, and maybe that will draw him out.
There we go. There we go.
I did, Sandy. Unfortunately, when he pulled up Business Bourbon and Cigars, what ended up happening was a picture of you and I were together, and then he immediately said no. I put the no on your side of the picture.
Well, first of all, we can get Marvelous Ron Marvo, who is a former Gold Glove champion and a Diamond Glove runner-up, and maybe we could do an exhibition match.
So where I was going is,
Ron, I'm going to tell you, I hate to tell you, Ron, you already know what's happening in that match.
I didn't mean to offer him up like that. I mean, I think be more protective.
That's
But
Pac-Man.
he's my guy.
One of the best ever to do it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we are trying to arrange one of the auction items. We want people to experience this too, not just donate money. So some of the auction items might be having an opportunity to go with Troy on one of these trips over there as it's being built or it's completed. And of course, if that happens, we're trying to arrange maybe a dinner with Manny. So it's going to be a big time thing. But when we heard about that, we were all excited because obviously Manny Pacquiao is well respected all around the world.
Yep.
So,
and he's so giving, and he's so
Correct.
One of the most giving people ever. Oh yeah.
And
100%.
What a legacy! What an incredible legacy to be a part of. And however he may get involved, that would be incredible. And man, you definitely pack a punch to be out there with some of the incredible solutionaries like these that are here. Maybe there's other guests that find their way here, but we want to see you there, dealers. Those that want to make sure that you are taking your dealership to the next level, whether you're an independent, whether you're a franchise store, doesn't matter. There are incredible people that are going to be sitting at the table that are going to be chopping it up with the best intentions in mind. And that's the things that we love the most, is that everybody that is there, everybody that we get to see there does come with some really great intentions. And so that you all have the opportunity to continue passing this around and get others involved. We're going to take a quick break to let you see what it looked like from the Car Guy Coffee podcast last time that we were there. This is what it looked like from our vantage point. Share this around, everybody, while we take this quick break.
Oh man, that video has me so excited to go again, guys. I can't wait.
So, first off, we could never do another event without Fred and Lou simply because of that video alone. I mean, that is incredible.
Oh, that was so fun.
Listen, but that's how it feels. I mean, just that video that actually is just a drop of how it feels, my friends. I'm just telling you that the event, the education, but that's just the energy. Your heart feels that way.
That just took me right back to that event. You guys.
You captured the essence of
100%
the experience. There's no question.
Yeah, each one's been elevated. I mean, I haven't been to one that the next one wasn't the next level. Correct. And that's why I can't wait for San Antonio, because you guys are taking it to the next level. We want to grow support. I'm going to tell you, all our shows for the rest of this event, all the way to y'all's event, and probably the rest of the year, we're going to be talking about giving hope. We're going to be a big part of that too. We want to do everything we can to get that going for you guys and everyone out there, and to get this orphanage, man. Those kids need it, man. We need to make that happen. So let's grow that.
As soon as I'll tell you what, Fred, as soon as we get the landing page for the silent auction up and running, I'll send that to you.
That'd be perfect, and we'll make sure that we put that out there.
If you're open to this, maybe let's talk about what specific prizes we'd be looking for help with, guys. Like, because I know just from my own work on some of these, trips are always great, vacation homes, like sporting packages. What are some other things that we're really hoping for in the live auction, not so much the silent?
So I think Shell is bringing to the table a lot of like NASCAR racing signed memorabilia type stuff. The bourbon stuff is easy on our end. Like Bobby's putting us to the front of the line on a couple barrels. We're debating. I think we thought about just raffling off a barrel, and either one person or a group of people could go together on that. But we think it might be easier to brand it unique to the experience. And then for anybody that wants to throw in like $100, $200 gets a bottle from that thing, and it'll be easier from a logistical standpoint. So we're thinking about, or we just sell raffle tickets and one person wins it. We do a bunch of raffle tickets, like couple $100, and we do something like that. And that one person would get the barrel. So we might do that too.
I suggested that we just put 85 straws out there and everybody dip into the barrel at the event. But I was turned down.
That's the way we end the show. Everyone just gets a straw and a barrel.
Yeah. One of the silent auctions we've got a signed 10-year old Rip Van Winkle.
Nice.
It's not been opened. It's not just the signed bottle. It's the actual bottle with the bourbon in it. So that'll be one of the auction items as well. So we're going to get Julian Van Winkle to sign that. And so that'll be up on the silent auction soon.
And I would say if anyone listening has silent auction items or live, please reach out to one of us. We would love to take more. We have a ton, but this is to build an orphanage in Manila. So it's always
100%. That's a great idea, Laurie. And 100% of the donations go to Giving Hope. There is no, administrative fee or anything like that. It goes straight through. And you can't get any more pure than that,
Love it.
Right.
By the way, Scott has also I'll use his term, graciously and generously donated a round of golf where he uses nothing but his foot, the entire 18 holes. So he'll take another 3 people out on a foursome.
I'm telling you, it's worth every dollar you spend on that, my friends. I've had that experience, and it was great.
He'll demonstrate the power of the foot wedge for all 18 holes.
It'll take 18 strokes off your game instantly, my friends.
I take this as a compliment because the reality is, Sandy, I'm not good at golf, but I always have concerns when we hire people that are great at golf, because it tells me they're not working and they're always on the course, because it's impossible to be good and never play. So, I mean, you got to play a lot.
I'm a little disappointed that you have not acknowledged the fact that I broke the course record.
It was an unbelievable showing. So, I asked what Sandy was able to do. He broke the course record. Now, granted, it only took him 9 holes, but he did it. That's a true story.
Yes, it is.
Man, all you car guys, car gals that are out there wanting to have a great time, you will get the chance to hear more of this bantering back and forth with these brothers in arms.
And trust her, Laurie will throw in her jazz when she needs to. I promise you, she's a firecracker. But that's the thing.
I hide behind Laurie.
Oh, I do too. She's
let Laurie
definitely my
fight my battle with Scott.
defense. I'm like, hey, Laurie, what's going on? I need your help. Right.
Yeah,
So
I keep these boys in line for sure. That's 100% my job during the show.
That's a fact.
no, it's awesome, but it really is, and it's a great place to be. And being in San Antonio, like I said, beginning of the show, it's what a place to be at that time of year, and there's so much history down there. Whether it's be, there's a lot of things to go. If you've never been to San Antonio, there's a plenty of things for you to go to see. But what I could tell you is they're going to be putting us on a great trip of amazing things to go do visits with. So you don't even have to worry about nothing but spending time there.
You raise a great point, Fred. Like I'm so excited for the welcome reception because we got some really fun stuff lined up. And Scott, I'm not going to give it away, but I would just suffice to say that anybody that's been to all of the Business Bourbon and Cigars welcome receptions, this one is going to be the most fun that we've had. There will be the most laughs, no doubt about it. The view is spectacular, by the way. We look out onto that canyon is magnificent. And then Wednesday's event at Sisterdale, like I cannot wait. Wow. The coolest venue we've had yet. And I'm just looking forward to it,
I mean, and just think about the resort itself. Like besides the excursions, the actual resort is mind-blowing. If you haven't had a chance to go, you should go take a look at La Cantera because that alone has me so excited to go in March.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
And they got, I understand, Scott, they've tripled their inventory of the floaties so that you can swim in the pool in the deep end. Okay.
It's the noodles. It's the noodles.
The noodles help every time.
I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna keep this show clean.
Depending on which time of year it is, I either need at least 10 noodles or 7 to 10 noodles. In other times, I might only need 4 or 5. But
that's right.
Depends how much bourbon has been drunk. Is this what we're saying?
Oh yeah.
No, it depends. Usually, from Halloween to the end of the year are rough months on me, which is 100%. Why I'm in the middle of a 75 hard now.
Okay, go after it.
Good stuff, man.
Getting it in before we get down there.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting mine in right now.
See Ron jumping in here saying that he is a
bus one for life.
Bus one. Ron, you know it.
I've been on both buses, and I could tell you I've had a great experience both times. I've done it. I could tell you it's worth any. You can't go on the wrong bus, but the banner, the fun, if you get on a bus, you better bring some energy because they're going to bring it. So they're going to make sure that bus is the best it can be.
Dance party. We had a full dance party. Do you remember this, Scott? Who led it? I think Frank may have led it, but there was a full dance party. On the bus home last.
Well, we've had dance parties. We've had Michael Poro rapping.
Yes.
Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh,
we got Tully. Every once in a while, Tully cuts loose. Dave Boyle, who is he's actually a musician on the side as well.
Wow.
But everybody has fun.
Jorge gets down like nobody's business.
Oh, yes.
Jorge brings it. So it's
stay out of his way.
Oh yeah. It is. It's a great bunch of people that are growing and get there, my friends. I'm telling you, we have there it is. What's that? He's got it right there. That is awesome.
This is what we use when people choose the wrong bus.
Yeah.
All right. This is what we use when people choose the wrong bus.
Listen, if we take a historic look at bus 1, bus 2, we actually had someone that tried to stow away in Business Bourbon Cigars 3. Trish Joseph actually begged to come on our bus. To keep the peace, I had to send her back over to bus 2.
Terrible. That is terrible. Don't use Trish.
That has nothing to do with the bus. It has more to do with I'm a lot to take 24/7.
She has
that's a fact.
That's all that means.
Yes.
I believe that.
I'm good in chunks. I'm good in chunks, small chunks, not 24 hours, 7 days a week. So
well, everybody, hopefully you got a little bit of a chunk of what it's going to be like at this.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
With a bit of the history.
God, I can't wait for
what
it.
It's looked like up till now, but you've heard it. You heard it right here on this podcast that this is going to be the best yet. This is going to be the most fun yet, and we can't wait to link up with you in San Antonio, having an incredible time. We are going to wrap this show up, but what do you Solutionaries, you curators of this fantastic event, have to say? We're going to get this started with you, Laurie, so you can take us on out, then Sandy, then Scott, and then we can forgive, focus, fly, and get on with this.
That's right.
We are so excited for this event. Laurie, what last words do you have before we get ready to close this up today?
Well, I think like we said, I mean, there's so much about it that it's so, first of all, it's so fun. That's like without statement. The masterminds are amazing, but I really love this Manila orphanage element that Scott have added this year. It was a phenomenal event. And now it's truly to see them give back in this way just warms my heart. So I think the orphanage in Manila that we'll be building is my absolute favorite thing about this event.
Bingo.
Yes,
So Giving Hope Foundation, my friends, and we're going to have the silent auction. We'll be promoting it. They'll be promoting it, be looking for it. So just get on there and check it out. I mean, I'm going to tell you, there might be something that you've always wanted that could be the best thing that you could do. You can give and get at the same time. It's kind of
like a French bulldog puppy, perhaps.
Oh my gosh. And so many other things. Listen, there's going to be some great things, and the live auction is going to be hot too. So be there or be square. But listen, it just starts with just giving a little bit, at least sharing this out and letting people know this is happening, because it's important to get the word out about it, because the more people talking about it, the more people will be about it. So I'm excited. I can't wait to promote it. This is going to be great. What do you got for us, Sandy?
Just gratitude. I'm filled with nothing but gratitude and appreciation for my buddy and my brother Scott. I know we give each other a hard time, but I'm thankful for his friendship.
Love there.
Every single day. I'm thankful for Laurie joining the fracas and being just a perfect fit. Thankful to you two guys for really getting there in the beginning and just sticking with us all the way through and giving us all the support that you do. And then all of our sponsor partners and dealer members, everybody that's participated, whether it was, in one of those Zoom sessions early on before we even got this thing started, or you've attended the events, anybody that supports it is really near and dear to my heart. And I'm just appreciative of the fact that people see the value in what we do, and we just hope that we can continue to do it. With that added element that Laurie just noted in giving back. I think this is really, for me, a fulcrum point in terms of the experiences. Now we get a chance to really give back in a different way, not just to the automotive community, but to the world at large. And that is really special. And so kudos to Scott and to Troy Duhan. And I'm just excited.
Love it. And there's so much more that people are going to be talking about when they get the chance to make it to Business Bourbon and Cigars. Make sure that you all do go get yourself registered, because seats are going to fill up fast. And we're telling you, you want a seat at this table. Scott, tell them why and say your goodbyes, my friend.
Well, the content, what we're discussing, I think is extremely relevant. We got a very fast changing, it's always a fast changing marketplace, but I think even more so now, whether we're talking about optimizing our used car department, creating a leading industry leading client experience when it comes to virtual F&I, when it comes to growing our dealership faster through fixed ops. That doesn't mean only increasing fixed ops revenue and profit, but how do we use that team to drive business to other areas of the store? It's just a ton of expense management. I know we're having a panel discussion on that, talking about dominating with digital marketing. So there's just a lot of things that go out there, but I'll leave it at this. And I'm going to take something from Troy Duhan on this.
Okay.
It goes back to giving hope. When we're long gone, no one's going to give a shit. And that's my word, not his. No one's going to care how many cars we sold.
That's right.
So true.
But they are going to care about how many people we help. And, when he said that, that really hit home with me. And I don't want to look back on my life and think, wow, my greatest achievement was whatever business I had or whatever you accomplish in business. I want it to be something bigger than that. So I'm very happy to be partnered up with him on this. And so I think we leave it at that.
Love it.
Well said.
Great words. That was really well said and really touched me, man. And you're right. It's that legacy that we're trying to leave out here. It's a legacy of hope.
Legacy.
It is. And the people need that, and we need to give that. When we have an ability to be able to impact, let's impact, right? We have voices, we have opportunity, we have money. We have things that we can do to give to others, right? In a time that we call a recession, we can be beneficial and we can give. And a lot of times we think, oh, this is not a time to give. No, it's the time to give.
Yeah.
Just like it's the time to start investing. It's the time to start doing things, because this is the time to do that, because your impact will be bigger now than ever. People need it more now than ever. So let's do it. Let's rise up. Let's get this orphanage together. Let's have some fun while we're doing it. And let's bring joy to a great country, the Philippines and Manila. I'm going to tell you that those people need that there. The poverty level there is crazy. and little things make a big difference to them. So we can help
Yeah.
them do that. And I'm excited. I'm just happy to be part of this.
Yeah.
The Bible says that he gives seed to the sower.
Mm.
And for those of you that truly want to make sure that you are putting seeds into the ground that are going to reap a harvest that maybe you'll never get the chance to see, this is an opportunity for you to be able to sow seeds into your business. Take some time to find out how to grow your business to a level that it can get to, that it's not just going to bless your employees. It's not just going to bless you and your family. It's also going to affect your community, and then inspire those to take what it is that they've gained back, release that seed, and to be a gift to others. If you really want to go to the next level, it's not just on the number board. It's also where you start to impact the planet. And that's what we're getting ready to do. And we might even get the Pac-Man involved. Let's get
I know. I
this
can't believe
going,
it, man.
everybody.
I'm excited.
So you know what we need to do, everybody, as we get ready to finish this off. We need to lock in with dropping some of those F-bombs.
That's right.
That's right, everybody. We need to forgive, focus, and fly so that we can keep growing all the time. So let's go ahead, hands on the shoulders one time.
All right.
Let's get some of that music.
Thank you all for watching the show today. Thank you all for being on the show. And we're so honored to be part of the event. Can't wait for it. Giving hope is a big deal too. Let's grow.
1, 2, 3.
Forgive. Focus.
Fly.
And keep growing. That's right.
Growing,
Thank you all so much.
Thank you for the good time. Business, bourbon, and cigars, everybody. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lennartz, the subprime hero.
And you've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast with Scott, Joseph, Sandy, Cerami, and the one, the only, Laurie Halter. That's right, everybody. Have a good time.
Thank you, fellas.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.